Your Honor, today's claim is simple. These videos are helping people. But before we hand down a verdict, we have to ask a more uncomfortable question. If survival becomes a game, if desperation becomes suspense, and if someone's hardest day becomes our favorite upload, are we still watching generosity? Or have we started consuming vulnerability as entertainment? That's the case we're putting on trial. Exhibit A isn't a single creator. It's the format itself. Modern challenge videos are brilliant at manufacturing anticipation. Countdowns, eliminations, escalating stakes, emotional confessionals, and dramatic reveals all keep viewers watching. Those techniques aren't inherently unethical. The question is what happens when those same mechanics become attached to housing, money, medical bills, or basic security. What can we actually prove? We can prove these productions are engineered for retention. Fast edits, cliffhangers, and emotional peaks are deliberate storytelling tools. What does that imply? That the emotional experience itself becomes part of the product. What remains unproven is the internal experience of every participant. That's an important distinction because speculation isn't evidence. Now consider the power imbalance. One side controls the cameras, the edit, the music, the thumbnail, and ultimately the story millions of strangers will watch. The other side may control only one thing, whether to say yes. Even if that agreement is completely voluntary, the incentive structure appears to make declining extraordinarily difficult when life-changing resources are involved. Here's where psychology enters the courtroom. Dopamine isn't just about rewards. It's about anticipation. Every challenge conditions us to wait for the next reveal. The audience isn't simply asking whether someone gets help. They're asking whether the twist is dramatic enough. That subtle shift can slowly train viewers to associate compassion with spectacle instead of ordinary acts of care. To be fair, there's another side the prosecution can't ignore. Viral creators have undeniably funded projects, donated enormous sums, and introduced philanthropy to audiences that might never have engaged with charity otherwise. Those outcomes matter. A critique of the format is not automatically a dismissal of the positive impact real money can produce. But intention isn't the only variable worth examining. Systems create incentives. When the algorithm rewards bigger emotions, creators naturally search for bigger emotional moments. That doesn't require malicious intent. It simply means the format rewards increasingly cinematic versions of generosity. The uncomfortable question is whether dignity can survive constant escalation. Notice something else. Survival challenge videos and philanthropy videos often share identical storytelling grammar. Isolation, countdown clocks, emotional setbacks, final victory. Even when the subject changes, the emotional machinery stays remarkably similar. That overlap doesn't prove exploitation, but it does create the impression that hardship itself has become an entertainment mechanic. So let's cross-examine ourselves instead of only creators. Why do millions click? Why do emotionally difficult thumbnails outperform quiet stories? If audiences consistently reward spectacle, platforms will naturally surface more spectacle. The market doesn't just shape creators. Viewers are active participants in deciding which version of generosity becomes culturally valuable. Maybe the healthiest future isn't abandoning charitable entertainment altogether. Maybe it's asking tougher questions before celebrating every emotional payoff. Could identical help be delivered with less humiliation? Could the story center long-term outcomes instead of dramatic reveals? Could dignity itself become the most impressive production value? So what's the verdict? We have evidence that these formats are extraordinarily effective at holding attention. We have reason to question the incentives they create. We do not have evidence that every creator shares the same motives or that every participant experiences harm in the same way. That uncertainty is exactly why these conversations matter. If this review challenged what you thought you were watching, subscribe, because the next case won't just review another viral trend. It'll put another assumption on trial.